I really had a good time on the camp ministry team. I appreciated the variety of things that we got to do throughout the summer, whether it was helping out with kids programming, or doing a drama sketch, or doing a puppet show, or helping out with a youth group, or having a cabin full of kids. Every place we went to, every day, it was something different, and that was what made it interesting and fun to do.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I did not have a good time on the camp ministry team slash summer ministry team slash opportunity to get away from the police team. But I had a horrible time, actually. Not because of the kids. I liked the kids. It was more because I spent 99% of the time in a suitcase. That's a terrible way to have a vacation. If you went down to Australia and spent 99% of your time in a suitcase, you would have a terrible time too. Also, you'd probably be dead. And why was I put in a suitcase? It's because David Ray was too cheap to buy me another plane ticket.
One of the really great things that we got to do last summer was to make movie trailers with the kids. Nathan and myself, we would have an activity time with the kids where we would get them to come up with an idea for a movie, and they would create something ridiculous, and we would film it, we would sit down and edit it, and then we'd show it at the talent show. And it was great, some of these ideas that these kids had, and just had a lot of fun with that. And it was also gave Nathan and myself the opportunity to use our abilities with video editing to really make something unique and fun for the kids.
One of the unique things that I did last summer was that every morning I would get up nice and early and I'd put a couple of drops of laxative into David Ray's coffee. I mean, if you're going to put me in your suitcase all day, you are going to find yourself in the bathroom all day.
One of the most bizarre, but wonderfully bizarre things that we got to do last summer was to participate in a parade. Erickson puts this float into the Creston Parade every year, and we were helping them put the float together, and they wanted us to be participants on the float. So the other people on the team got to hand out pamphlets, and they were in costume, inviting kids out to this VBS that they're having later in the summer. And I got to be the captain of the ship, and I was on top just yelling things out to these strangers that I would never see again. And it was so much fun to just yell at strangers and just be weird. And not be scorned for it, but actually celebrated for it. So that was good.
What? That wasn't intentional? No, David has it all wrong. Because, you see, that was supposed to be a real ship that we were to take on the ocean. But the guy is such an idiot that he kind of like misguided us and somehow went from the ocean, traveled across several ranges of mountains, and somehow wound up in the middle of a parade. He is the worst sea captain I have ever known. That's why you never let the Manitoban take over your ship. They have no idea what's happening.
I think one of the best things about the summer ministry team is the fact that it allows you to use your God-given abilities and talents for the service of the kingdom. I've written sketches, and I like to act and do comedy and make videos. But I didn't really have an avenue to really put that to use. And the summer ministry team really utilizes some of these talents that maybe you don't get to use that often. If you are musically inclined, you can use that. If you work well with kids, this is a whole summer to that. And this is kind of a great opportunity, especially for those in university or college, to use their summer for something that's good and something that's helping kids and is helping bring the gospel of Jesus to so many.
I think a good opportunity for everybody who's going to be joining up with this thing is the fact that you won't have to work with David Ray. I mean, he was on last year's team. It's not like he's going to be back. What? He is going to be back? They let him come back for another year? Who made that decision? Julia Stein? That's it, I'm calling her right now.
This is, the summer ministry team is a great opportunity for those who want to work with kids. And really, if you don't like working with kids or teenagers, you're going to be severely disappointed. You're not going to enjoy it whatsoever, and probably you shouldn't do it. So, but if you love kids, awesome! This is exactly the thing to do. And this is a great opportunity to share the good news of Jesus with these young minds.
Yulia, I can't believe you let him come back. It's ludicrous. Like, sincerely, like, why would you let that guy? He is possibly the worst person I know. He stuffed me in a suitcase. How do you hire somebody like that? Yulia! Yulia!